How are you doing? I personally think insects existing on this planet are a kind of a robot with no will that moves programmatically in accordance with ecosystem on this planet. So the range of their activities are always within the law of nature that establishes ecosystem on this planet. So we hardly feel pain in our hearts, even when we kill insects instinctively. And it is obvious that there is no judicial system that punishes people killing the insects in any countries. In contrast, existence of animals are protected by wild animal protection and wild animal welfare to some extent in the world. So superficially, this is because we have motivation to keep the balance of food chain system in nature and preserve threatened species. But we know animals have some kind of emotion in their mind, which is pretty much the same as we have. So I'm sure some kind of merciful heart works towards animal in our mind in the background that the wild animal protection and wild animal welfare was installed in our society. So you probably feel strong hesitation to take a life of innocent animals deliberately because you subconsciously realize there are some common points between human beings and animals. So we have characteristics that the more close to us the existence is, the more mercy we have against it. So I know insects are one of the important components that compose food chain system and ecosystem in the world. And of course, they don't exist to be killed by human beings. But when I think about our emotion that feels no guilty to kill them, it seems to me that they personally play a role of a kind of existence that tells us the importance of a life through how they are treated by people, how they are treated by human beings. So this is extreme example, but children love touching insects, and children love uh, playing playing with insects. So they sometimes kill insects to know what happens to insects. And children attempt to do so many kinds of things within the range of their knowledge they have, and they try to learn something from it. And children treat insects in many ways to learn the importance of life and how someone's life should be treated. So this can be a foundation of humans' morality and humans' ethics for us to, live together on the earth, in in cooperation with one another as we respect mutual dignity. So children's parents also teach them the importance of life and why we must not take someone's life deliberately. Then this process gradually brings them a kind of awareness of conscience that allows us to have merciful heart. So I believe this way, but I think this opportunity has been gradually ignored with the times because of the influence of modern entertainment in which indulges children. So children like to play video games, and there's so many works of video games under the theme of conflict and the war that allow them to scramble for their lives. And there are more, and children are more, attracted to the video games that easily enable them to kill someone in the video game without the feeling of guilty about it. So some contents of video game are becoming more and more cruel, and graphic violence is in video games is more and more vivid. So thanks to the change of children's play, thanks to the change of how children's play, I'm really worried about if this situation collapse the process of learning molarity for children. So I get off the track though, but sometimes it makes me realize that the nature has a kind of substance that teaches us molarity and ethics instinctively and gives us an alarm system in our mind in terms of whether or not we do harm to someone.